Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Cassowar. You can get the blueprint for the Cassowar from the Tenno lab in your dojo, and it's on the slightly more expensive side of things because you will need a fully built forma for it. The other stuff is super cheap and easy to get though. The Cassowar is a Mastery Rank 5 polearm that does primarily slash damage, but it still does a decent amount of puncture as well as impact. The weapon is also decently fast, it has almost no crit to speak of, but it does have really good status. Now the cool thing about the Cassowar is that you can easily do a very solid build without investing any forma whatsoever other than the one that you need to build it. And the build I run focuses heavily on status, it gets some extra slash from Carnis Mandible, and then it runs Viral and Heat with Condition Overload. Now for something that only requires Mastery Rank 5 and you don't need to put any forma into the build, the performance here is actually very nice. The damage is really great to begin with, and it only gets better and better as you keep attacking and proccing more status. It's not ideal because of the damage distribution, so you're still going to be proccing a decent amount of puncture and impact, but it's going to be primarily slash, viral and heat. Once you get a full build on the Cassowar, it will absolutely rip through the entire star chart, all the fissure missions, nightmare missions, and even the vast majority of sorties for you. The main two downsides here are the damage distribution. It would be much better if the weapon was tilted heavier towards slash, and of course the lack of crit, which is kind of an issue that plagues all the early polearms. One thing it does have over the other early game polearms though is its attack speed. It is much faster, which is great for a status build, and in general it's just great. Plus, the overall power of the weapon is high enough to where you don't really feel the downsides until you get into Steel Path, where I wouldn't really recommend it. You can do some early Steel Path missions, but you will really start to feel the lack of crit and the unideal damage distribution. But that's still pretty solid for a weapon that only requires Mastery Rank 5 and runs a 0 forma build. So should you get the Cassowar, yes or no? Well, the damage on the Cassowar scales the best out of all the early game polearms. So if you want something that scales really well all the way up to Steel Path, you should absolutely pick it up. But if your intent is to do Star Chart stuff and you don't want to do too much Steel Path, you might want to have a look at the Guandao, which is also a polearm, but you get it at Mastery Rank 4, and it's kind of like the opposite of the Cassowar. It's much slower and its status chance is just downright atrocious, but the damage distribution on it is better and it has a really good crit. Which means that while it doesn't scale as well in Steel Path, it packs a lot more punch on the star chart. But overall, yes, I would recommend you pick up the Cassowar and give it a swing. And that's pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching as always guys, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.